Elmatic! Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. Let's just get straight into this because we have a long review here. Elzhi is a Detroit MC who's best known for his stuff in Slum Village, which is a Detroit rap outfit that J Dilla used to produce for back when he was still among us. And Elzhi has a couple of good, decent solo releases, but this new mixtape that he has put out is by far his ballsiest project ever. So ballsy that I dismissed it a little bit pretty much right out of the gate. The title is Elmatic, and it's basically a beat-for-beat reinterpretation of one of hip-hop's most notable records dropped by a 20-year-old in 1994, Nas's Illmatic. Around that time, the West Coast in hip-hop was getting a lot of attention thanks to NWA, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, for popularizing a grittier style of rap about violence and drugs. Some of it from the standpoint of the observer, some of it from the standpoint of the aggressor. But artists like Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang, Black Moon, Biggie, and Nas with Illmatic were keeping New York relevant as rap got harder. Not only is Nas's flow fantastic on that record and very well seasoned considering his age, but his rhymes, his storytelling, his metaphors, all of it gave the gritty New York street life a very accurate and grim picture. I mean, Nas's prowess as an MC made that LP great, and not only that, but the beats on that album made that LP pretty fail-safe too, with contributions from Q-Tip, DJ Premier, Pete Rock, Large Professor. All of them kept funk and jazz samples behind the boom bap, maintaining a style that to me is one of hip-hop's best and still thrives today. So in terms of legacy and ability, Elzhi has some pretty big shoes to fill on Elmatic. How could he dare rap on any beat over this album, much less step to the entire LP and rap over every beat? It's not like this hasn't happened before. It's 2011. It's the internet age. I'm positively, absolutely sure there are mixtapes out there where MCs have snagged beats from Illmatic, thrown it on their mixtape. Rapper from Fresno that I reviewed on this channel before, Fashawn, has actually put out a mixtape in tribute to Illmatic where he raps over every beat. Plus, a lot of rappers like to mention Illmatic as an influence, and I'm sure it's authentic on some level, but I feel like sometimes it's just because they want to earn some cred or something. Because of all of this, I was kind of poisoned against Elmatic from the get-go. I just kind of thought, well, you know, it's never going to be as good as the original, so why take the time to listen to it, to understand it, to interpret it? What's the point? So I sat with Illmatic and listened through to the beats, listened through to the rhymes and the stories, and I have to say, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like this album is one of the greatest recontextualizations hip-hop has brought in a long time. Seriously, Elzhi went all out on this project, first with the inclusion of the Will Sessions Band. The beats, the melodies from Illmatic are here, but they've been revamped and revitalized by a live band. So the sounds hit harder, the songs feel more lively. And this leads to Elzhi and Will Sessions taking some really nice liberties with this album, improvising spots on certain tracks, changing up hooks. They change up the intro on Genesis, louder horns and organs on Halftime, re-singing the hook on The World Is Yours, and a lot of jazzy piano improv on the end of that song as they string it out instrumentally. The gorgeously arranged strings at the end of One Love, the nice string work that introduces Represent, some of the R&B singing that I think ends the song Life's a Bitch. There's not one single change or alteration or difference between Illmatic and Elmatic that makes me roll my eyes. From a sonic standpoint, there's nothing here that would make me rather listen to the original. We kind of had that conversation on yesterday's review, the track review for Rome. I don't have a problem with artists wearing their influences on their sleeves, or even tributing their influences. But if you're going to do that, be ready to improve upon what influences you, or at least put a unique spin on it so that you don't live in the shadow of the original. See what I'm saying? See Illmatic as like the blues. The blues, in the days of Robert Johnson, was a foundation, a structure, an idea, concept that musicians would use to make a song, tell a story, convey an idea. I don't see Elmatic as Elzhi saying, "Hey, look at me, I'm covering Illmatic, look at me." To me, this mixtape is Elzhi using Illmatic's beats, song subjects, and Nas's rhyme schemes to tell his own personal story. Like New York State of Mind's really hard street lyricism gets updated and relocated on the track Detroit State of Mind. Memory Lane is where Elzhi raps about looking back at a younger version of himself, getting kicked out of class, seeing his mother get sick from what I imagine was cancer, meeting the guys who he would eventually be in Slum Village with, going to rap battles, seeing Eminem rap battle. I think his most interesting revamp comes on the song One Love, where it's kind of a painful song, but also a very romantic and inspirational song too. Two lovers just kind of trading great conversation and troubled pasts. This album leaves with some words of wisdom from Elzhi talking about warning rappers, up-and-coming artists about record deals, managers, contracts, and there's even a phoned-in endorsement from Pete Rock telling Elzhi that this project is great, that he needs to move on and do more, and that he's one of the best MCs out there. It took some hard listening, a little effort, and some understanding, but now I see Illmatic and Elmatic as two completely different animals. And I only see it that way because of how well the beats were revitalized by Will Sessions, and also by how much personality and personal story Elzhi laces into the original scheme of this album. But the question is still there. Is it better? Is it on par with Illmatic? And I don't feel like I can't answer that question. Personally, to me, I get the same enjoyment from Illmatic that I do from this. I just hear hard beats, great stories, memorable lines, like "the hood is a glass house the devil throws stones through." Like Illmatic, I can really sink my teeth into this record and get a little more out of it as I chew it over again and again and again. And that to me makes it a success. So I'm feeling, honestly, a decent to strong 8 on this thing. It's surprising even to me that I would enjoy a project of this nature, but I am. It's done really, really well. Surprisingly so. So damn, it's a free mixtape. Download it. Link below. Listen to it for yourself, make your own decision, and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Do you love this thing? Do you hate it? Why? And what should I review next? Anthony Fantano, Elmatic, forever.